This news update is brought to you by...
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
This is the 6 p.m. Barbados Today update for Friday, March the 21st, 2014. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. In our top story, the international human rights group Amnesty International raises alarm that 2 suspected robbers in police custody have been subjected to torture. In a statement issued a short while ago, Amnesty claims that Adrian Mortley and Jamar Headley, who earlier this week surrendered to police in connection with the robbery at Playfair Arcade in Rockley Christchurch, are still at risk for further ill treatment. According to Amnesty, one of the men, Adrian Mortley, told his lawyer Brian Charles that police officers wrapped him in plastic wrap from his feet to his neck and then beat him about the body. The other accused of Jamar Headley also told Charles that he was hit about the head with a blunt object he believed to be a book. The lawyer has filed an official complaint at police headquarters. The 2 men who have admitted to the robbery also charged they were coerced by police officers to take responsibility for other robberies and to sign a confession letter saying they were carrying a firearm. In immediate reaction, Attorney General Adriel Brathwaite tells Barbados Today his office is looking into the matter.
I don't have a position on it. I've received it this afternoon. I've been in Parliament. I've sent it on to the Commissioner of Police, and I'll deal with it sometime next week. So I really can't tell you anything other than the fact that I've received the letter.
Now, the Police Public Relations Officer, Inspector David Welch, also told Barbados Today the Police Commissioner is probing the allegations. The National Committee for the Prevention of Alcoholism and Drug Dependency is urging the government to deliver on its promise to introduce breathalyzer testing. Back in December, Transport Minister Michael Lashley gave assurances that the Francis Stewart administration would table legislation to allow for the procedure before the close of the financial year this month end. NCPAD President Victor Roach told Barbados Today that he put forward a series of recommendations to help government along the way.
The breathalyzer testing should be treated as a screening test. That is, you will use more reliable and seasoned and precise machines, such as the evidential breath test machine. 4, blood tests should confirm alcohol, while urine tests should detect other drugs, such as cocaine, heroin, whatever. 5, any police officer in uniform can request the test. 6, wherever there is serious injury or death as a result of accidents, police must always request blood and urine samples.
It's a goal. The Transport Board and the operators of public service vehicles will have to pay more at the pump in just over a week. Today, the Ministry of Energy confirmed it's moving full steam ahead with plans to remove the diesel subsidy introduced 6 years ago. As a result, both providers will now have to purchase diesel inclusive of the excise tax. The ministry also announced that PSVs will no longer be allowed to use the Transport Board as a fueling facility. The ministry, however, announced that the excise tax waiver for manufacturers, farmers and fishermen, which provides a price offset of 23 cents per litre, will remain in place.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
In regional news now, the Commission of Inquiry probing the death of noted Guyanese academic Walter Rodney signals it's ready to get down to business. Rodney, who was also a co-founder of the Working People's Alliance, was killed in June 1980 when a hand radio exploded as he sat in a car in the Guyanese capital, Georgetown. The radio was given to him by soldier Gregory Smith, who is now dead. Barbadian jurist Sir Richard Cheltenham, who heads the commission, says his team intends to put a stop to lingering questions about the incident.
And try to come to a conclusion as to how it occurred, why it occurred, who might have been involved in its occurrence, and what might have been the motivation. All of those questions are involved, and the result of that, if we could get to the bottom of it and answer those questions, would be to bring closure as far as the family is concerned. They are crying aloud for closure, and also to bring closure to an unresolved incident.
Further afield now, the international search for Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 in the remote southern Indian Ocean failed to turn up anything today. The two objects seen floating in the Indian Ocean were considered a credible lead, setting off a huge hunt yesterday. But with no sign of the wreckage, Australia's Deputy Prime Minister Warren Truss suggests the suspected debris may have sunk. That's been the 6 p.m. update. Join us again on Monday at 7 in the morning. In the meantime, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, and like us on Facebook to get more news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph.
This news update is brought to you by...
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun